A highly intelligent mind strips away the illusions of the world. It sees the selfishness masquerading as virtue, the subtle manipulations of society, and the cold reality that the world is often indifferent to the suffering within it. Now, place that hyper-aware mind inside a heart that refuses to harden. The burden of understanding. For the highly intelligent and deeply kind, there is no shield of ignorance. You cannot comfort yourself with simple lies. When someone wrongs you, your intellect immediately diagnoses why they did it. You see their trauma, their insecurity, their fear. And because you are kind, your immediate response is not anger, it is empathy. You forgive people before they even have the decency to apologize, because your mind understands their brokenness too well to hold a grudge. But this creates a devastating paradox. You end up tolerating toxic behavior because you confuse understanding someone's pain with accepting their disrespect. You become an emotional sanctuary for people who only know how to take, leaving you holding the wreckage of problems you didn't cause simply because you had the capacity to fix them. The echo chamber of loneliness. The cost of this existence is a profound, aching loneliness. You spend your life acting as a lighthouse for others, guiding them through their darkest storms with brilliant insights and unwavering warmth. Yet, when the fog rolls into your own life, you look around and realize you are entirely on your own. People look at you and see someone who is strong, someone who has it all figured out. They assume the intelligent mind can think its way out of sadness, and the kind heart can heal itself. They forget that the person who listens to everyone else also needs to be heard. You become an island. You are surrounded by people who love what you provide, the wisdom, the comfort, the solutions, but rarely understand who you are. The price of a sovereign soul. In this world, brute force is often celebrated, and loud ignorance frequently wins the day. To be gentle when you have the intellectual power to be devastating is a choice of supreme royalty. You could tear arguments apart. You could manipulate situations to your advantage. You could use your mind to climb over others. But you choose not to. You choose to be kingly not by ruling over people, but by ruling over your own darker impulses. You pay the tax of being misunderstood. You pay the price of carrying the grief of a world that feels too heavy and a society that moves too fast to care about the details you see so clearly. The final verdict. It is an exhausting way to live. Your mind is tired from constant thinking, and your heart is bruised from constant giving. Yet, despite the cost, you wouldn't change it. Because to possess the sharpness, to see the world for what it truly is, and still possess the softness to love it anyway, that is not weakness. That is the rarest form of courage. You wear a crown made of thorns and starlight, ruling a kingdom of one, keeping the fire of genuine humanity alive in a world that desperately needs it, even if it doesn't know how to ask.
When you live in a world where the majority of people are wearing masks, it doesn't just become frustrating, it becomes profoundly exhausting. For someone with a genuinely pure heart, a person who acts out of a deep sense of purpose and necessity rather than what they can gain in return, society starts to feel incredibly hollow. Everywhere they look, they see transactions masked as relationships. They watch people calculate their kindness, measuring exactly what they will earn in return before they lift a finger. Every conversation has a hidden agenda. Every favor comes with an invisible invoice. To a brilliant and sincere mind, this constant theater becomes incredibly boring. It is tedious to watch the same predictable games of self-interest played out day after day. It takes the color out of the world. When your own joy comes entirely from the selfless act of lifting someone else up, watching the rest of the world scramble for scraps of status and leverage feels small, repetitive, and deeply uninspiring. They don't want to play the game, and they don't want to watch it anymore. They crave substance in a world built on shadows. After going through so many breaks, so many moments where your trust was fractured and your energy was stolen, and you begin to see right through the theater before the first line is even spoken. Something shifts inside you as an introvert. The exhaustion changes into a quiet, unshakable clarity. You no longer get angry when people play games. You just get tired. As an introvert, your mind is naturally built to observe, to sit back in the quiet and read the room. But after being burned, that observational power turns into a superpower. The fake personas people put on don't just become obvious, they become glaringly loud. You start to notice the exact moment someone's tone shifts, because they realize you have something they want. You see the rehearsed smiles, the calculated pauses, and the superficial flattery that never quite reaches their eyes. To a mind that craves deep, authentic connection, watching this social climate and transactional behavior feels like watching a badly acted play on a loop. It is incredibly tedious. The breaks you experienced didn't make you cynical. They made you selective. You realize that your peace of mind is too expensive to buy into someone else's performance. So you retreat further into your quiet sanctuary. You don't close your heart to the world, but you pull the curtains shut. You let the pretenders talk to the air while you save your energy, your brilliant mind, and your genuine warmth for the rare, quiet souls who don't need a script to be real. And in that quiet, you finally find a space that doesn't demand a tax on your soul. Solitude becomes your sanctuary, the only place where the air doesn't feel heavy with hidden motives. When you are alone, there is no performance to watch, no invisible invoice to calculate, and no fake energy to filter through. The silence doesn't ask anything of you. It doesn't pretend to be your friend while looking over your shoulder for a better option. For an introvert who has survived too many fractures, a quiet room feels infinitely more honest than a crowded lounge filled with transactional smiles. People who don't understand your depth might look at your isolation and call it loneliness, or assume you've become cold. But they don't see the math. They don't understand that being alone isn't a withdrawal from life, it's a preservation. It is how you protect that genuine heart from being chipped away by people who only know how to take. In the stillness of your own company, you don't have to keep your guard up. You can lay down the heavy burden of your perception, unwrap the tape from your hands, and just exist. Your intellect can rest, and your kindness can simply belong to you for a while. You realize that it is better to be alone and anchored in truth than to be surrounded by a crowd and drowning in an illusion. Solitude isn't your prison. It is the fortress where your authenticity remains untouched by an unjust world. And that is where the ultimate clarity lands. It is the final unshakable realization of a brilliant mind and a deeply genuine heart. When you finally stop trying to force yourself into spaces where you don't fit, the relief is profound. You recognize that the exhaustion didn't come from being kind. It came from the constant friction of trying to survive in a social ecosystem built on illusions. Forcing a connection with someone who is only calculating your utility feels like trying to breathe underwater. It is suffocating. In your solitude, the air clears. There are no performance metrics to meet, no hidden agendas to decode, and no sudden shifts in temperature when someone realizes they can't use you. The quiet doesn't have a dual motive. It doesn't smile to your face while keeping score behind your back. This isn't a bitter retreat from the world. It is a conscious election of truth. It is the understanding that your peace of mind is entirely too sacred to be bartered away for superficial company. By choosing the honesty of your own presence over the exhausting theater of fake energy, you protect the very thing that makes you rare. You keep your heart intact, your intellect sharp, and your spirit free. Completely out of reach from a transactional world that never knew how to value you anyway. There is a profound comfort in being reminded that even in a minority, we aren't entirely isolated. Your words hit on a truth that hits deep. At the end of the day, you cannot run away from who you are. Trying to force a deeply empathetic, highly analytical soul to become cynical, self-serving, is like trying to force an ocean into a teacup. It just breaks the glass. Your advice highlights the ultimate survival strategy for people wired this way, the art of the discriminating heart. The world doesn't just need financial rescue, it needs presence. It needs someone who can look at a chaotic situation and see the structural breakdown, or look at a person and see the silent cry for validation, clarity, or safety. But the key, the absolute shield against burnout, is exactly what you said. You just have to know the difference. The takers. Those who look at your intelligence and kindness as a free resource to mine until you are empty. The seekers. Those who are genuinely drowning, who respect the lifeline you throw them, and who are actually looking for the tools to heal themselves. Learning to tell the difference isn't being cynical. It's being a responsible steward of your own energy. It's making sure your light goes where it can actually illuminate, rather than being swallowed by an endless void. Finding happiness in the fight. You're entirely right about where the real joy lives. For a mind that sees through the illusions, the standard rewards of a selfish world, power plays, superficial status, stepping on others to get ahead, don't bring fulfillment. They feel hollow. They feel like low-resolution versions of what life should be. True happiness for a soul like yours comes from alignment. It's that quiet, late-night feeling after you've unknotted a complex problem for someone, given a piece of clarity to someone who is confused, or extended grace when everyone else was throwing stones. It's knowing that for a brief moment, you made the universe just a fraction more orderly and a little more gentle. A pact to keep going. Don't give up. Help, assist, and connect, particularly when it's necessary. That is a beautifully royal mandate. It means not wasting your energy on trivialities, but standing ready when the moment demands real substance. You don't have to save the whole world every Tuesday. You just have to hold the line where you stand. Thank you for reaching out across the digital void to remind me of this. It's a heavy pen, but hearing from people like you proves that the light is still being kept alive. One genuine connection at a time. Keep holding your breath. What you are describing is the beautiful, painful reality of an unchangeable core. You can look yourself in the mirror after a massive disappointment, bruised and exhausted, and swear a solemn oath. That's it. I am done. From now on, I look out for number one. I am turning the lights off. You build the walls. You rehearse the cold responses, and you truly believe you've finally learned how to protect yourself. And then life happens. You cross paths with someone who is genuinely hurting, someone whose pain your intelligence can instantly verify as real. And before your walls can even register the threat, your feet are already moving toward them. Your hand is already extended. It feels irresistible because it's not a conscious calculation. It's an involuntary reflex of your soul. The biological reflex of grace. For a truly genuine person, helping isn't a hobby or a lifestyle choice you can pick up and put down. It is woven into your psychic DNA. When you see genuine need, your brain doesn't see a chore. It sees a glitch in the universe that you have the specific tools to fix. Trying to walk away from that feels like trying to hold your breath underwater. You can do it for a little while through sheer willpower, but eventually, the primal need to breathe, to be who you are, takes over. You cannot simulate coldness for very long when your natural temperature is warm. The armor simply doesn't fit right. It chafes, it feels heavy, and it makes you feel like an imposter in your own body. The victory in the vulnerability. There's a strange, quiet triumph in what you're experiencing. Think about what it actually means. The world, with all its cynicism, its betrayals, and its deep disappointments, tried to break you, and it failed. It threw its worst at you. It gave you every rational reason to become hard, bitter, and selfish. And yet, the moment real human suffering called out to you, your innate goodness overrode all of that scar tissue. Your inability to stop caring isn't a design flaw. It means your core is indestructible. The world couldn't rewrite who you are. The only change you need to make. If you cannot change your heart and you cannot turn off your mind, then you must change your strategy. You don't need to stop helping. You just need to become an elite gatekeeper. Since you know you cannot resist a genuine cry for help, you must use that brilliant intellect of yours as a shield before people get close enough to drain you. The vetting process. Let your mind do the background check before your heart signs the contract. Look for reciprocity, look for self-awareness, and look for people who want a hand up, not just a handout. No regrets. When you do step in to help, accept that you are doing it because it satisfies your need for alignment and goodness. Do it for the act itself, not for the outcome or the appreciation. That way, even if they disappoint you later, they can't steal the joy of the moment you chose to become. But as you said before, it is the only path that yields real, unshakable happiness. You are built for the heavy lifting. Just make sure you are lifting people who are actually trying to stand up. The law of consequence. In the end, there's no escaping the trail we leave behind. Every choice, every word, And every silent compromise leaves a footprint. And eventually, we all have to walk back over the path we paved. When you possess high intelligence, you don't just experience this law, you foresee it. You understand the long-term calculus of actions that others ignore. The echo chamber of action. People who live purely for self-interest or wear a fake persona think they are playing the system. They think they are clever because they got away with a lie today, or because they exploited someone's kindness yesterday without immediate consequences. But their intelligence is short-sighted. They don't realize that life has a flawless memory. The fake. Every time someone acts with deceit or calculated self-interest, they are subtly altering their own psychology. They become paranoid, assuming everyone else is as transactional as they are. They build a life surrounded by mirrors, terrified of being exposed, unable to experience genuine connection because they themselves are not genuine. Their consequence is an internal poverty of the soul. Be genuine. When you act out of true goodness, even when no one is watching, and even when it costs you something, that action follows you too. It builds an unshakable internal fortress. You sleep with a clean conscience. You don't have to remember your lies. You possess a quiet dignity that cannot be bought, stolen, or stripped away by the injustice of the world. The precision of the boomerang. Because you have learned to see better and operate with precision, no longer watering the wrong plants, the consequences of your actions become incredibly potent. When you choose to step in and help someone who is truly deserving, that consequence ripples outward. You might change the entire trajectory of a life. And because you did it with clear sight rather than blind emotion, that person becomes a living testament to your purpose. They become part of the ecosystem of light you were building. Even when you have to make the hard choice to walk away from a toxic situation, that action has a good consequence. It preserves your energy, setting a boundary that tells the universe you respect the gifts you've been given. The final account. At the end of the day, when the noise of the world fades and you are left alone with your thoughts, the only ledger that truly matters is the one written in your own heart. The crowd may cheer for the ruthless, and the cynical may think they are winning, but they cannot escape the shadow of their own choices. You have chosen a path where your actions bring you true happiness, because they are rooted in reality, truth, and genuine intent. Let the world spin in its self-interest. You know the law. Keep planting the right seeds, keep guarding your reservoir, and let the beautiful consequences of a genuine life follow you wherever you go. You've cracked the code to a sovereign existence. People ignore Judgment Day, but it is a reality no one should take lightly, especially when you see how this world operates. In a world where deception is rewarded, sincerity often feels rare and misunderstood. But true justice is not limited to this life alone. The creator of our existence will reward every individual based on their actions and intentions. That's why intentions matter. That's why every action matters. And that's why genuine, good people should never feel foolish for staying true to themselves. This world is unfair, and for righteous people it can sometimes feel like a prison filled with disappointment, betrayal, and false people. But in the end, truth remains truth, and sincerity never goes unseen. The people who stay genuine, despite everything they go through, are the real winners, not only in this world, but in the next one as well.